Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to UPI, Chinese President Xi Jinping is likely to visit North Korea as early as next week, sources revealed on Wednesday. This potential visit follows Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi's trip to Pyongyang last month, as well as recent discussions between President Xi and U.S. President Donald Trump in Beijing, where both leaders reaffirmed their shared goal of denuclearizing North Korea. Xi's security guards and ceremonial staff have also reportedly visited the North Korean capital recently, indicating preparations for the trip. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un previously expressed willingness to strengthen high-level exchanges with Beijing. Sources suggest that Xi could also seek to mediate relations between North Korea and the United States, a role South Korean President Lee Jae-myung had requested during his state visit to China in January. According to NHK, U.S. President Donald Trump has declared that the United States is in the final stages regarding Iran, indicating that a military option remains on the table as Washington awaits Tehran's response. Trump told reporters the situation was right on the borderline, stating that a deal is preferred, but nasty actions could follow if demands, such as Iran not possessing nuclear weapons, are not met. He expressed a willingness to wait a few days to potentially avert war. Meanwhile, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian met Pakistani Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi, with Pakistan mediating talks. Iran's Tasnim news agency reported that Tehran is reviewing a new U.S. text sent through Pakistan. Despite these diplomatic efforts, it appears both nations are still significantly divided on issues including Iran's nuclear development, the Strait of Hormuz, and the U.S. naval blockade. Al Jazeera reports that Iran is reviewing the latest U.S. proposal to end the nearly 3-month U.S.-Israel war on Iran as Pakistan steps up its mediation efforts. Pakistani military chief Field Marshal Asim Munir is scheduled to visit Tehran on Thursday for talks, following a second visit by Pakistan's Interior Minister Mohsin Naqvi this week. Pakistan hosted the only direct negotiations between U.S. and Iranian officials in April, which failed when Iran accused the U.S. of making excessive demands. U.S. President Donald Trump warned on Wednesday that the talks are at a borderline between a deal and renewed strikes, stating the U.S. is ready to go if an agreement isn't reached. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi confirmed his ministry is prepared for either diplomacy or continued fighting, with the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps threatening a broader regional war if attacks resume. Iran's proposal includes demands for control of the Strait of Hormuz, war reparations, sanctions relief, and U.S. troop withdrawal. According to Scott Lucas of University College Dublin, Iran currently holds the negotiation initiative by focusing on the Strait of Hormuz, pushing the U.S. onto the defensive. Al Jazeera reports that the World Health Organization has declared the latest outbreak of the rare Bundibugyo strain of Ebola in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC, and Uganda, a public health emergency of international concern. This strain, with a fatality rate of 30–50%, currently lacks an approved vaccine or specific treatment. The outbreak, centered in DRC's Ituri province, has spread across borders and into urban areas, exacerbated by regional conflicts, population displacement, and diagnostic challenges. While an existing vaccine, Ervebo, showed some protection against Bundibugyo in animal studies, vaccine development timelines are hard to predict. Experts note the scientific community isn't starting from scratch, leveraging prior Ebola vaccine research. However, a key challenge remains. Unlike the rapid global response to COVID-19, African outbreaks historically receive less urgency and funding, despite devastating local consequences. The article emphasizes the need for sustained equitable investment in epidemic preparedness and multivalent vaccine research to bolster global health security. NPR reports that recent outbreaks of Ebola in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Hantavirus on a cruise ship have triggered heightened alarm among Americans, largely influenced by their traumatic experience with the COVID-19 pandemic. Social media platforms reflect this anxiety, with many expressing fears of another disruptive global health emergency. Public health and infectious disease experts acknowledge the dread factor associated with such diseases but emphasize crucial differences between them and COVID-19. Unlike COVID-19, which spreads through the air, Ebola typically transmits via bodily fluids, while Hantavirus primarily spreads through contact with infected rodent excrement, though one strain can be person to person. Experts like Dr. Ali S. Khan and Dr. Amesh Adalia stress that these diseases are unlikely to lead to another pandemic impacting the U.S. in the same way. They advise Americans to focus on informed questions, verify information with local, state, and national health officials, and be wary of misinformation, especially on social media. Proactive measures such as hand washing, avoiding crowded indoor spaces, and vaccination when available are also recommended. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.